Raise in SNAP food stamp benefits. October 2025 update: raise in SNAP food stamp benefits for millions of low-income Americans. Well, here's how much SNAP benefits will increase in the month of October 2025. All the details you need to know. Big updates are coming, and this is something every American family, depending on food assistance, needs to hear. At the same time, a storm is brewing. Policy shifts could cause millions of households to either lose access or face stricter eligibility checks. That's why staying informed is critical right now. We finally received some very important details about the increase that is going to be announced in the month of October, just a few days from now. But at the same time, there is a looming danger as 2.44 million people are expected to lose food stamps after Trump's law broadened work requirements. This news is shocking for struggling families because it means that while some households may get a little extra support, others could see their assistance cut off entirely. And the bad news doesn't end here. Veterans may be denied food stamps under Trump's new tax law. Think about that. Men and women who have served this country could end up struggling to afford food simply because of new rules that don't take their circumstances into account. On top of that, look at this. Low-wage workers are reeling over Trump's looming SNAP cuts as food prices rise. Grocery bills are already hitting record highs, and for those barely scraping by, losing benefits could be devastating. Still, there's a silver lining. The USDA has confirmed an increase for October 2025. And yes, here's how much SNAP benefits will increase in the month of October 2025. Starting October 1st, the maximum amounts for SNAP benefits, formerly known as food stamps, will increase. Why are SNAP benefits going up? Every year, the Department of Agriculture reviews something called the Thrifty Food Plan, which estimates the cost of groceries needed to provide a healthy diet. When food prices go up, benefits are adjusted upwards so that SNAP recipients can still cover at least a minimum diet. That's why these adjustments always start on October 1st, the beginning of the new fiscal year. And once again, starting October 1st, benefits from the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, SNAP, formerly known as food stamps, will increase, and the new maximum amounts have already been confirmed. Then why are cuts still being talked about? It's confusing, right? On one hand, benefits are being adjusted up. On the other hand, millions could lose their eligibility. And here's why. Stricter rules around who qualifies are also coming into play. Look at this. 2.44 million people are expected to lose food stamps after Trump's law broadened work requirements. These new rules demand that able-bodied adults without dependents must work at least 80 hours a month, or roughly 20 hours per week, to keep benefits. While there are exemptions, such as parents with children under 14, people with disabilities, caregivers, and pregnant women, anyone else will be required to meet those work hours or risk losing SNAP. Experts warn this change could push more families into poverty, increase homelessness, and put pressure on already struggling communities. State-level changes. Junk food restrictions. In addition to federal changes, some states are now introducing restrictions on what can be bought with EBT cards. 6 more states have joined the push to limit purchases of soda, candy, desserts, and other sugary foods. Supporters of these restrictions argue it's a necessary step to combat obesity and diabetes. Critics, however, say it takes away personal choice and unfairly targets low-income families. Parents in many communities are asking, shouldn't we have the freedom to decide what we eat? SNAP benefits by state and household size. Now let's get into the actual numbers, because this is what families want to know. For the 48 contiguous states and Washington, D.C., the new maximum benefit amounts beginning October 1st, 2025, are 1-member household, $298 2 members, $546 3 members, $785 4 members, $994 5 members, $1,183 6 members, $1,421 7 members, $1,571 8 members, $1,789 each additional member, $218 for other areas, The numbers are higher because of higher living costs. Alaska, between $1,285 and $1,995, depending on region. Hawaii, $1,723. Guam, $1,689. U.S. Virgin Islands, $1,278. Yes. Alaska tops the chart with nearly $2,000 for larger households. If you're receiving less than these updated amounts and believe you qualify, the USDA recommends contacting your local SNAP office or your state's Department of Human Services immediately. The work requirement rule, explained clearly. Let's break down the most controversial part of these changes again. According to the new rule, you must work 80 hours per month, 20 per week, if you are able-bodied and child-free. Exemptions include having a child under 14, taking care of a disabled family member, being pregnant, being disabled, or having a serious health issue. Everyone else must comply with the work requirement. Analysts say this could create extreme hardship for people in rural areas where jobs are scarce, for older workers who face age discrimination, and for low-wage workers whose hours are unstable. Here's the reality. SNAP is more than just food assistance. It's the difference between stability and crisis for millions of families. Experts say that reducing access could increase crime rates, strain shelters, and put greater stress on already overwhelmed community services. Food insecurity isn't just about hunger. It's about health. It's about children being able to focus in school. It's about seniors being able to afford both groceries and medicine. That's why the coming months are critical for anyone depending on SNAP. Let me know in the comments. Do you agree with restrictions on junk food purchases, or do you believe families should have full freedom of choice? Do you think stricter work requirements are fair, or will they hurt the most vulnerable? Remember, these policies don't exist in isolation. They impact real lives every day. If you've made it this far, thank you for staying informed. This update may be overwhelming, but knowledge is power. Share this video with friends and family who depend on SNAP so they know exactly what's changing in October. And just as a reminder, here is how much SNAP benefits will increase in the month of October 2025. All the details you need to know. 2.44 million people are expected to lose food stamps after Trump's law broadened work requirements. Veterans may be denied food stamps under Trump's new tax law. Look at this. Low-wage workers are reeling over Trump's looming SNAP cuts as food prices rise. Here's how much SNAP benefits will increase in the month of October 2025. Starting October 1st, the maximum amounts for SNAP benefits, formerly known as food stamps, will increase. Starting October 1st, benefits from the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, SNAP, formerly known as food stamps, will increase, and the new maximum amounts have already been confirmed. Look at this. 2.44 million people are expected to lose food stamps after Trump's law broadened work requirements. Your voice matters, so leave a comment, share your experience, and let's keep this conversation going. Allies USA will always be here to guide you through these important updates, both in good times and in difficult ones. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe, take care, and I'll see you in the next video.